Hi everyone, Kieran Brown here, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about what to do once you hit a weight loss plateau. Now, this is something that happened to me early this year. I was doing like a 6-week mini cut around like April, May time. And as you can see in the daily weigh-ins on screen, this is like 3 weeks worth of weigh-ins, and you can see that not much really changed. I'd sort of make some progress, and then it would just sort of bounce back, and I just really hit a plateau, and I knew that something needed to change to basically get the result that I wanted and to get lean enough before I can start a long lean bulk. So I'm going to make some assumptions. If you've hit a weight loss plateau, if you're not doing these things already, then this is what you need to focus on first, and then sort of come back to this video. But I'm going to assume that you're weighing yourself every day, every morning, fasted, before you've eaten, before you've drank, and recording the data in a document like this. You're in a calorie deficit with sufficient protein. You're strength training at least 3 times a week, and you're doing around 70,000 plus steps per week. So yeah, if you're not doing any of these things, then make sure you get these 4 things sorted first. So how much can we lose like per week? I think a good target is around 1% of your total body weight per week. And that usually equates to around a kilogram or a couple of pounds. So if you have less than 10 kilos or 20-ish pounds to lose, then the cut should take no longer than about 12 weeks. And if you have more to lose, then you might need 2 cutting phases either side of a maintenance phase. And I'll talk a bit more about the maintenance phase on a later slide. So why does a plateau happen? Quite often it might be because of diet fatigue. You've been on a diet for, quite a few weeks and months, and if it's in a calorie deficit, then your metabolism might be playing up, and it is actually possible to eat too little when it comes to fat loss, because your body will get so used to having so few calories that it will almost go into starvation mode, and yeah, your body will stop responding and it will slow down. So what's the plan of action if you have, say, a, a couple of weeks in a row where you don't see too much progress on the scale? What should you do? I think the first thing to do is to see if you can increase your low intensity state cardio. Things like walking, just being on the treadmill, incline walking, a cross trainer, a stairmaster, that kind of thing. And I wouldn't, I don't recommend doing like high intensity cardio when trying to lose fat, just because it's quite taxing on the body and it can affect your gym workouts and just lead to overeating later in the day. So stick with the low intensity stuff. See if you can increase that. So if you're doing your 10K steps like per day, maybe just chuck an extra like 20 minutes of cardio, maybe like after your gym sessions. Give that a go. Do that for a week, and if it gets the scale moving again, then great, just carry on until you stall again. And if that doesn't do anything, then you can reduce your calories. So maybe by like even just 1 or 200. And I wouldn't recommend going any lower in calories per day than around 11 times your body weight in pounds. So first increase the cardio and then take from calories. And yeah, whenever you make a change, try to just make one change at a time. Because let's say you increased the cardio and took 200 calories, well, then you're sort of using like two of your tools at once, and you might not know which one is actually doing the trick. So I recommend just make one change per week, get 7 more weigh-ins, and if there's movement, just carry on with that. And if there's not, then you can add an extra tool. So after around 3 to 5 months in a calorie deficit, you want to sit at maintenance for around like 4 to 6 weeks. When I did my first cut, I definitely made this mistake. I'd just keep trying to cut and cut and cut, and my weight would stall, and I felt like I was like hardly eating anything. Training performance was taking a hit, and what I realized was, because I've been in a deficit for so long, my metabolism was probably all over the place, and my body was just in starvation mode, and it didn't want to lose any weight. And any food that did come on board, it just wanted to keep hold of and store. So if you've been in a deficit for longer than this, then definitely sit at maintenance for 4 to 6 weeks. That should improve your gym performance as well. You should make some good gains because you've got these extra calories. And it should also like level out your metabolism. And then after that, you can go again with a second weight loss phase. So in summary, you want to be in a calorie deficit for no longer than 3 to 5 months max, depending on how much fat you have to lose. And if you're within this period and you start to stall, increase the low intensity cardio and then reduce food. Take a maintenance break for 4 to 6 weeks every 3 to 5 months, and just keep repeating until you're at your desired body fat level, which might be anywhere from like 8 to 12%, something like that. And then once you've got to a body fat level that you're happy with, then you can start the lean bulking progress. And because you've done this cut first, then you're able to basically prolong the bulk like as long as possible. And a good sort of general rule of thumb that I heard recently is, if you're starting off as more of like a skinny guy and you haven't trained too much, like under a couple of years, then you want to spend most of your time actually bulking and building muscle. So you can split the year into like a 9-month bulk and then a 3-month cut. And if you just keep repeating that, then your physique will completely transform. So after I hit that plateau earlier in the year that I mentioned, I made a couple changes. I started doing a bit more cardio. I was going for like a few runs like a week, and that seemed to be enough to get it going again. And this was the results of the 6-week mini cut. I started around 73 kilos and just over 14% body fat, and at the end of the cut I was 68.5 kilos and just over 12% body fat according to my scales. I might actually be leaner here. I used some body composition scales at the gym, like the ones you hold in your hands, and it's like got metal sensors, and I used that like non-fasted. It was in the evening, and that said I was 10%, so might even be leaner. But if you want similar results like this, click the first link in the description. It will take you to my coaching page, and I'd love to work with you. So yeah, that's everything for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.